A little pink one hanging out the corner of his mouth. Trying to wrestle him out. They're all nice scaly ones in here, aren't they? Oh, that's a good fish, isn't it? Come on, Cash, lift the front of the net up. Is it? I didn't think it looked that big in the water. It's the clear water, it's deceptive, isn't it? Wicked, right. It's funny, there was a fish on the spot when I went round before and baited. I just put a little sprinkling over the top of them, just literally a couple of grains of ham and a couple of, you know, a little bit of pellet just to semi-spook them off.
Gaz is just sorting the mat out up the top there with wasteling and obviously getting it all nice and wet. In the meantime, I'm going to collate the fish, ready for transfer, but what we need to do, we just need to make sure that we get the net all nice and rolled down, but most importantly, before we lift the fish, we need to just double check and make sure that the fish's pecks are all flush to its body, so that when we lift the fish, nothing's going to break, we're not going to damage the fish at all. Then when you do lift the fish in the net, support its weight, make sure it's okay, and then transfer to the mat nice and safely. Okay. Here we go, mate. There's your prize.
Now, look at him.
Well done.
Right. Set that sling up.
Okay. Sling's ready.
Scales have already been zeroed. We did that while the fish was in the net, so there's no extra undue time for the fish on the bank there. Obviously the best way to do this, mate, isn't it, is if you've got two of you, then one of you just lifts it, the other one lifts the sling underneath.
Done. We're in.
Just keep that fish as low to the ground the whole time as well. Zip him up.
Again, always check that the fins and the tail.
Always check the tail, especially them big long ones.
They're nowhere near.
Always make sure the fish is in the centre as well, so it doesn't slide to one end.
There goes that.
The honours.
I'm going to have a look.
22. Whoa, not far off. 21. Yeah, 21.10.
21.10.
We'll take that.
Absolutely. Lovely.
Lift that sling out again. Lovely.
Okay, you okay?
Yep. More water. I must admit, I don't know about you, but when I'm photographing fish, you see people up on their knees.
Yeah.
And I personally, I don't think you can control a fish when you're up on your knees. If you're down like this on your knees, if it goes, you're straight down. You know, the fish is only what 6-12 inches above the mat.
Yeah.
And like that, I just think you've got so much more control over it. It does flap. You can roll it into your body. It's nice and low to the mat. It's not going to go anywhere.
One of the other important things is to be confident with the fish as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not be frightened of the fish. Just when it's
obviously lock your fingers into there. Get one finger locked in there. Get the other one locked around the anal fin, and
there we go.
And you should have no problems.
£21 of stunning horseshoe carp.
Beautiful.
In this sunlight, we'll keep the carp nice and wet.
Yeah. Lovely. Pop him back down. Cheers, mate. Obviously, last thing to do, and absolutely everyone should have one of these, there's just no excuse in this day and age, is one of the little carp care kits. Get two, get one for the body, one for the mouth as well, and some little cotton buds to put it on with. You can put it on your fingers as well. So that's the body, the mouth one. Where your hook hold's been, squeeze a little bit of that on there. Just dab a little bit. If you just dab a little bit of that onto where the hook's been, treat that up, rub it in, and she's ready to go back. I'll throw that down. not going anywhere. If it's a monster and you need 2 people, you can probably do it. Just I'll just do it myself, mate. Nice and securely. Again, keep it low to the ground, and back she goes. Obviously, the most important thing when you're putting a fish back is to make sure that the water is deep enough for it to go back safely. Last thing you want is for that fish to have to flap its way back. So, look at that.
Let me take them out.
That's all right. Let's go through and slide him off.
Lovely.
Away she goes.
Well done, mate. Should we have a chat about how you've caught that?
Indeed we shall.
And a shake. Well done.